Hello guys, welcome to my lessons. Today I've prepared a topic, not necessarily a topic, but a question on APGP. AP is an abbreviation, therefore it means arithmetic progression. Then GP means geometric progression. In AP and GP, there are some things that are common, such that in AP we have common difference, but now in GP we have common ratio. Kindly note that. Common difference denoted by D, small d, and then common ratio denoted by small r. So let us look at the equation. This is one of the KCSE questions. If you look at the KCSE made familiar, it is there and you will have it there. So we have a question. An arithmetic progression has the first term. It is very important to underline these words. Please underline arithmetic progression and the first term. So we are saying that an arithmetic progression has the first term as A. So the first term is A. And the common difference, so underline that. Common difference, D. So the common difference is D. Very, very important. Then the first part of the equation, write down the third, ninth, and the 25th terms of the progression. Mind you, we are talking about arithmetic progression. So the first term is A. And remember that we've said that an arithmetic progression must have what we call a common difference. Is that if the first term is A, then the nth term, normally we have the formula that nth term in arithmetic progression, nth term is given by the formula A plus n minus 1 d. These are very important things that you need to master, such that if you want the third term, then here n stands for the position, such that the third term n is normally 3. Third, 3. Such that if you want to know the position of the third term in arithmetic progression, then it is A. A is unknown, please, plus n. A and D are unknowns. N is the position. N here is 3. So we'll have 3 minus 1, then times D. D is also unknown. So the answer therefore will be, the answer for the third term will be A plus 3 minus 1 is 2, D. Please, even if you know this one from your head, because somebody might ask you the 24th term, then 24th term will simply be A plus 23D. Even if you know this one at the back of your fingertips, but they ask you to write down the third, maybe write down the 24th term, please, you must show this procedure, that the 24th term will be given by the formula. You know very well that nth term is equal to A plus n minus 1d. Please, you must show this one, or else you will lose the mark for the method. And remember that here there is no methodology, so they only mark the answer with the correct method. So this one will be, n here will be 24. So I'll have A plus 24 minus 1d. So I'll have A plus 24 minus 1, 23d. You are seeing that it will give me this. So even if you know this, please, precious people, you must follow the procedure. So let's embark here. So the third term, already tumeipata that. The third term, let me just denote it like this. Third term will be equal to A plus 2d. Then the ninth term. Remember that we are talking about arithmetic progression, not geometric progression. In arithmetic progression, nth term is given by this. There is a different formula for the geometric progression. Take note. Then ninth term. Ninth term will be given by, remember that I've said that ninth. Here, ninth means 9. So it means that n is equal to 9. But I'm saying that in arithmetic progression, nth term is given by the formula A plus n minus 1 d, whereby A and D are unknowns still. So I'll have A plus n here is 9. 9 minus 1 d. You must show this, please, in your paper. So I'll have A plus 9 minus 1 is 8 times D will be 8D. So it means that ninth term will be A plus 8D. Good. Then the 25th term of arithmetic progression, 25th term. 25th term will therefore be 25th. 25th means that n is equal to 25. So I'll have a plus n minus 1, that is 25 minus 1 times d. So I'll have a plus 24d. Very, very orthogonal. So answer is equal to a plus 24d. You realize that this thing, if it is the third term, then you will have a as a constant. Then these 3 will reduce by 1, such that you will have 2d. Remember that if 3 reduces by 1, then I'll have 3 minus 1, 2d. If it is the 9th term, then you will have a as a constant plus. This 9 will reduce by 1. Then you will have 8d. If it is the 25th term, then this 25 will reduce by 1. You will have 24d. Such that if it is even 99th term, then this 99 will reduce by 1, such that I'll have a plus 98d. But please, even if you know that way, please show. Now let us move to part B of the question. The part B is now connecting AP, that is arithmetic progression, and GP, that is geometric progression. So in the part B of the question, it says that the AP above, the arithmetic progression above, is such that it is increasing. If it is increasing, then it means that common difference D is a positive number. So the AP above is such that it is increasing, and that the third, underline those words, the third, 9th, and the 25th terms forms the first, underline this also, forms the first 3 consecutive terms of a GP, of a geometric progression, in other words. So they are saying that the sum, this is now another part also connected with this. The sum of the 7th and twice the 6th terms of the AP is 78. Calculate from 1 the first term and the common difference of the arithmetic progression. Let us move. Already we know the third term, we know the 9th term, and the 25th term of the arithmetic progression. But they are saying that now it forms a sequence. This sequence is increasing, such that the third term, the 9th term, and the 25th terms forms the first 3 consecutive terms of a GP. Meaning if I write this in a line, followed by this, the 9th term, and then followed finally by 25th term, I will have a GP in a sequence. So the third term, which is a plus 2d, that is the third term of the AP. Then the 9th term, which is a plus 8d, and the 25th term, which is a plus 24d. If I arrange this in this way, if I arrange them in this way, such that they form a sequence, then remember that a sequence is always continuous. Then this one will be a GP, a geometric progression. But I said that when I was just commencing the lesson, that in GP, instead of now having a common ratio, we have a common difference, we have now a common ratio. In GP, we have a common ratio denoted by small letter r. Whereas in AP, we had a common difference denoted by small letter d. Very, very important, please. So this thing alone, remember that here we have unknowns, but now we want to solve them to get the first term. Remember that the first term of any progression is always denoted by a. So we want to solve it to have the first term and the common difference. So with the knowledge of common ratio, we can have an equation from this information, such that common ratio, it is always this over this. If you compare the first and the second, then it's the second over the first. If it is the third and the fourth, then it's the fourth over the third. Meaning the last one comes first over the initial one, the previous one. So I know very well that in GP we have common ratio, but now how do we get that common ratio? We'll say that R is equal to either A plus 8D over A plus 2D, that is this over this. But mind you, we are saying that this ratio is common, such that even if we compare this and this, then it should be the same as this. It should be a common value. So this one should be equal to A plus 24D over A plus 8d. The ratio is a common value, a common ratio. That is why we are equating them. So from this, we can cross multiply to form an equation such that I'll have this times this, that is this times this, then I can have also this times that, please. So let us cross multiply. I'll have a plus 8d times a plus 8d is equal to this times this, a plus 2d, then a plus 24d. There are various ways of opening or expansion, but now I want to use the manual way so that you understand it better. In manual way, you take one bracket like this, you write it twice, so I'll take a plus 8d, a plus 8d. I write it twice such that I leave a space here at the center. So I'll have a plus 8d. I write it twice. Again, a plus 8d. After doing that, you spread the other one. Remember that I have this and this. Nimeshachukua hii, then I have written it twice. So I'll now spread this. This one starts with a. So a itakuwa hapa at the starting point. Then remember that there is also a space at the center. Then the next value here is positive 8d. So I'll have here plus 8d. I don't know whether it is visible, but I hope you can understand. So this one will be equal to, also the other side, the right hand side, you also expand it such that you take one bracket, write it twice. So I'll have a mechukwai plus 2d, then leave a space at the center. Let me leave a reasonable space. So a plus 2d, write it twice, a plus 2d. Then now spread the other one. Now I'll spread this. This one starts with a. So I'll have a here at the starting point. Then at the center, I'll have positive 24d plus 24d. I hope that one is visible, more visible than the first one. So now let us now open the bracket. So a times a, that is a squared, precious people, plus a times 8d, that one will be 8ad. Very, very interesting. Mathematics. Plus, remember that positive 8d times a will be positive 8ad. Then positive times positive is always positive. Then I'll have 8d times 8d. That one will be 64d squared. That is the left hand side. Is equal to this other side. I'll have a times a, that is a squared. Then plus a times 2d. That one will be 2ad. Then plus 24d times a, that one will be 24ad. Then plus positive times positive will be positive. Then 24d times 2d will be 48d squared. Then now we can now collect the like terms. So remember that this is a squared, this positive a squared in the other this side of the equation, the left side of the equation, and then this is also positive a squared in the left, the right hand side of the equation. If I bring this the other side, I'll have a squared minus a squared, meaning this one will automatically cancel that one. That is a very important concept that you need to chew and synthesize in your brain. Let us proceed. Here we have 8ad plus 8ad. You realize that these and these are the same. So ad. So I can add them. 8 plus 8, that is 16. ad plus 64d squared is equal to 2ad plus 24ad will be 26ad plus 48d squared. I can further collect the like term such that naweza amua nilete hii d squared huku such that nitakuwa na 64d squared. Ikikuja huku, this is a plus, so it will be a minus 48d squared is equal to, nikileta hii 16ad huku itakuwa 26ad. Here there is a silent positive sign here, so when positive sign crosses an equal sign, it becomes negative. So I'll have minus 16ad. Very, very important. The mathematics is flowing. Please change your attitude. So we'll have 64. I believe 64 minus 48. I believe it is 16. 64 minus 48 is 16. So I'll have 16d squared is equal to 26 minus 16 is 10. 80. Always don't be in a hurry. You can always confirm your answers using your calculator. 26 minus 16, you just confirm. But be a first timer. So that is tens. That is simple. So you realize that D is common, such that I can decide and divide all of this equation with D. But that is not at the end of it. I can decide to make A the subject of the formula, in that nibaki tu na A this other side, meaning I'll divide both sides of the equation with 10D. So hii 10 itaenda na hii D itaenda na hii. You realize that I'll remain with A there is equal to, this D will go with one of the D's. Remember that we have two D squared. Those are two D's. So itaenda na moja, tubaki na moja. Then 16 divided by 10, that one will be 1.6. So I'll have A is equal to 1.6 D. That is equation 1. Let us now embark in the question. The question also says that the sum, meaning if I add, sum means addition, the sum of the 7th and twice the 6th terms of the AP. Very, very important. The 7th term here means that n will be equal to 7. But we are saying that, how do we get nth term in arithmetic progression? Nth term is given by the formula A plus n minus 1 into bracket D. So I'll have nth term, n is 7, so I'll have A plus 7 minus 1, that is 6 times D, 6D. That is the 7th term. So the sum of the 7th, so they're talking about the 7th term, A plus 6D, and twice the 6th term. The 6th term will be, and the sum. Remember that they're talking about sum. This is the 7th term. Please put it in a bracket. Plus the 6th term. 6th term will be A plus 5D. But it is twice, mara mbili. Twice the 6th term is 78. So if I open these brackets, then I'll have the second equation. So I'll have A plus 6D plus 2 times that will be 2A plus 2 times that will be 10. D is equal to 78. So from this, I can collect the like terms. I'll have A plus 2A plus 6D plus 10D is equal to 78. I proceed. A plus 2A will be 3A plus 16D is equal to 78. This is equation 2. But remember that we want to get the first term, which is A. The first term is always A in any of the progression, be it GP or AP. And the common difference is D. So let's proceed. The first term. So we have two equations. But in the first equation, we are saying that A is equal to 1.6D, meaning we can substitute A in this equation to get D. So substitute A in equation 2. Such that if I substitute A, we are saying that A is 1.6D. In other words, you can say substitute equation 1 in equation 2. So we'll have 3A, but I know very well that A is 1.6D. So I'll have 3 into A, which is 1.6D, plus 16D is equal to 78. Then now you can multiply 3 times 1.6, that is, I believe that is 4.8D, plus 16D is equal to 78. But don't be in a hurry. You can always confirm with your calculator. What is 3 times 1.6? You can always confirm, so that you don't make pity mistakes. So that is 4.8. Simple. So I'll have 4.8D plus 16D. That one will be 20.8D is equal to 78. Now what is D? To get D, I'll divide each side with 20.8, so that I remain with D in the left hand side of the equation. So I'll have D is equal to, what is 78 divided by 20.8? It is 3.75. So the answer is 3.75. So that is D. But remember that they also want us to get the value of A. So remember, but But we are saying that from equation 1, A is equal to 1.6 what? D. So I'll simply have A is equal to 1.6 times D. D is 3.75, which will give you what? Is it 6? So I'll have 3.75 times 1.6. 6. So A will be equal to 6. So that is how that part is being done. We have one last part. Let me just write it. The last part says that, Roman 2, that calculate the sum of the first 9 terms of the AP. Very, very simple. Sum of the first 9 terms of the AP. If that is the question, sum, how do we get sum in arithmetic progression? If you don't know how to get sum in arithmetic progression, always when you are being admitted in school, this one is always a requirement, this book here, the 4-figure mathematical table. So you can go behind that book, and there's a section for the formulas. This mine is dirty. So this is the formula series. Then we have arithmetic series, just the same as the arithmetic progression. So in arithmetic series or progression, sum, which is denoted by Sn, from the mathematical table is equal to half n. Half n is just the same as n over 2. That is why here they've written n over 2. That is half n. Then into 2a plus n minus 1 plus the position n minus 1d. Or the other formula, but this one is commonly used. Where a is the first term, it is even written here that where a is the first term, d is the common difference. When you use this one for L, then L is the last term. But now N is the number of terms. So here they want the sum of the first 9 terms, meaning that N is 9. So I'll have sum denoted by Sn is equal to half times N. Remember that N is the number of terms. Number of terms here is 9 into 2a. That is 2 times the first term. The first term is the first term of the AP. Remember that the first term of the AP, A, the first term of the AP, which is A, tulipata ni 6. If you use this one, woe unto you, ole wako, this is the first term of the GP. So the first term of the AP is 6. So times 6 plus n minus 1, that is 9 minus 1 times d. D we've calculated and we've gotten 3.75. Very, very simple. Mathematics has been broken down. So sum will be equal to half times 9 will be 4.5. Then 2 times 6 will be 12 plus 9 minus 1 will be 8. Then you can just 8 times 3.75 will be 30. So I'll have sum is equal to 4.5, then 12 plus 30, which is now 42. Then I'll have, finally, the answer will be 4.5 times 42. So I'll have sum is equal to 189. So thank you very much for following through. Please kindly subscribe, like, and follow. Thank you.